This video is brought to you by Soccer.com, North America's largest online soccer retailer. Be sure to use coupon code 10SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order of $75 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com with a review of the Nike Mercurial Blade carbon fiber shin guards. Now this is the top end shin guard on offer from Nike, with the highlight feature obviously being the carbon fiber shell. They retail for $100 US, which is obviously very expensive for a pair of shin guards, and more expensive than I think most people would be willing to spend for a pair of shin guards that generally average between $10 to $25 for a single pair, that most people seem to be completely fine with. So yes, this is a specialty item. No, it is not for everybody, and it's not intended for everybody. It's really designed for the person that is looking for the best of the best in terms of quality, protection, and just overall kind of technological benefits that you can get from some of these exotic materials like carbon fiber that they've implemented into this particular shin guard. So no, you don't need this to perform at elite levels, but it is something that Nike does offer, and I think it's nice to have that little bit of extra variety in the shin guard market, because without it, there'd just be a bunch of $20 to $25 shin guards that are all more or less the same. So what makes the carbon fiber on this particular shin guard, or the Mercurial Blade shin guard, so special? And the answer to that question is a variety of different components. And I was really skeptical to bring this shin guard in, mainly because I myself did not really understand why it costed $100. To me, I viewed it as a very expensive version of this shin guard right here. This is the Nike Mercurial Light shin guard that they make. Retails for around $20 or so. A lot of people wear these. They're great shin guards. Plastic shell with like a very hard foam backing. They definitely get the job done. They even come with a pair of sleeves. And overall, it's a pretty good value. And as you can see, the Mercurial Blade and the Mercurial Light are actually very, very similar in shape, if not identical. So I really didn't understand how much of a difference the carbon fiber shell could make in comparison to the plastic shell on the Mercurial Light. And I have to say that there isn't a huge difference in overall protection that is on offer, but there definitely is a different and a much higher standard of quality in the Mercurial Blade shin guard versus something that costs $20 to $25. So again, are they worth the money versus a $20 shin guard? That's really up to you and whether or not you want something that is super high quality. So obviously what is attractive about the Mercurial Blade is the carbon fiber shell. It's a little bit thinner than the plastic, as you guys can see. It's actually a very, very thin shell, and it's pretty solid as well. There is a little bit of flexibility to it overall, just to allow for a safe fit. But in terms of bending it this way, kind of running along the same line as your shin bone, you're not going to have any issues with lack of protection. It is incredibly solid, and should you take a direct impact to the shin with the shin guard on, it definitely will do its part to disperse that impact and hopefully prevent an injury or a broken leg or anything like that. The graphics on the front, as you can see, are pretty straightforward. You have kind of like a clear coat finish on the carbon fiber itself, so it is all visible, giving it that really cool spacey look. You got your green Nike swoosh right there with your Mercurial logo black on black. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then on the other shin guard, you do have your Nike logo there, black on black again. Looks really, really good. The back of the shin guard is made from a dual layer pour-on material, so it's definitely a lot softer than that Mercurial Light shin guard that I showed you earlier, and it just feels really, really good. It definitely will do its part again to help absorb the impact should you take a direct blow to the shin. So that's obviously very, very important. Protection is the main objective of any shin guard, and these are definitely very, very protective, as minimal as they may seem. On the inside, you can see that they are made in China for anybody that is interested. The pair I have here is a size large, so they're intended for people that are 5'7" to 5'11". I'm 5'11" myself, so they fit me pretty perfectly, and I'll show you what they look like on my shins a little bit later in the video. And then of course you do have your laser etchings on the inside that is designed to bead away sweat on the shin guard itself, and it actually does that very, very effectively. It's one of the major problems I had with the $17 or $20 Mercurial Light shin guard, and it definitely is not an issue with the Mercurial Blade. As far as extras that you get with the shin guard itself, they do include a sleeve. The sleeve is not too different from the regular sleeves you would get from the $20 version. They're very stretchy, pretty decent sleeves. You got your Nike swoosh logo there on the front, your Mercurial graphics there on the back with a seam going down the back of the sleeve as well, as you guys can see. But what's cool about this sleeve is on the inside, right behind the Nike swoosh logo, as you guys can see, there's a little oval here of like a sticky rubber material, and that's designed to grip onto the front of the shin guard when it's on your leg and help hold everything in place, and it does that very, very well. Definitely a cool little innovation from Nike. Very, very small innovation, but it definitely makes a big difference in terms of keeping the shin guards in place. And I really didn't find the need for tape using these sleeves either, which is obviously very important for any shin guard that does not have an ankle sleeve on there. So that's pretty much it as far as the technical specifications of the shin guard itself goes. And move on to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight they are. For $100, you might expect these shin guards to weigh pretty much nothing. And while they are very lightweight, they're definitely not the lightest shin guard currently out there. But obviously you have to put some kind of bulk on the shin guard if you want that protection. So I'm going to weigh this for you today in real time. We're going to throw one shin guard on there just so you can see what it does weigh. Keep in mind that this pair is a size large. We're going to throw it on there, and you can see that these guys weigh in at 2.8 ounces, so they're under the 3 ounce mark, which is very, very lightweight for a pair of shin guards. Of course, there are lighter guards out there for a lesser price. A shin guard that comes to mind is the Nike J guard, but in terms of the amount of protection that you're going to get from a J guard versus a Mercurial blade, the difference is crazy. And considering how lightweight the shin guard is and how well it fits on your leg, you can't notice them on your legs at all. So they definitely are light enough to kind of disappear, which is obviously very, very important. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video goes. And I move on to what they look like on my shins and how they fit. Alright, here's a look at the fit of the shin guards. As you can see, I have one black sock on and one white sock on, just to give you guys a better perspective as to how bulky the shin guards actually are, because I know certain colors can make the shin guards look less bulky or more bulky, of course depending on the color. As far as the overall coverage that you get from this particular shin guard, it is designed to be a smaller style shin guard, so it sits a little bit higher up on the leg. That is the base of the shin guard, and this is the top of the shin guard. Again, these are a men's large, and I'm about 5'11". Fairly long shins, and I get a decent amount of coverage here. Just keep in mind that if you do want that bottom part of your shin covered, this is probably a style of shin guard that you should stay away from altogether, because like I said, it does sit higher up on your leg with no ankle or bottom of the shin protection at all. So overall, they don't move around on you. They feel very, very comfortable. They fit my leg really, really well. They aren't particularly wide shin guards either, so just keep that in mind. If you do have really, really wide shins, I would definitely recommend trying them on before you buy them. But overall, really happy with how they fit. They're nice and comfortable. They stay in place, and I like the amount of coverage that they provide. So that's pretty much it as far as how they fit, and I'll move on to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Nike Mercurial Blade carbon fiber shin guards. Is this something for everybody? Absolutely not. It's really a specialty item, and if it is something that sparks your interest, then there definitely is a great product here. Again, look at this shin guard as a lifelong investment. This is a pair of shin guards you're going to use for a very long time, not just one single season and then throw them away. And if you look at it like that, $100 isn't too crazy of an investment for a pair of shin guards that you're going to use a number of years. So like I said, that's pretty much it. If these do seem like something you'll be interested in, there is a buy it now link down below in the description, along with an exclusive SR4U coupon code to get yourself some additional discounts on this shin guard if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. Also on the review page of my website, linked down below in the description, you will find the high quality images of this shin guard, just to give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and if you enjoyed today's review, be sure to support the video with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description. And other than that guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.